everybody, welcome back. Excuse me, pardon me, to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac. We're just gonna have an Isaac run. It's gonna be nice and laid back today because, as you might be able to tell, my voice is a little jacked up. It shouldn't be too bad. It's pretty early in the morning, so it'll start to get better, I think, as the video goes on and it gets warmed up a little bit. You almost, you gotta do, like, vocal stretches, you know, when you first wake up. You think this, like, dulcet saxophone just automatically starts sounding like this? No, man, a lot of work goes into this. A lot of coffee, bourbon, not before 10 a.m., though, because that would just be ridiculous. In all seriousness, though, I did just get back from GDC a couple of days ago, and as is fairly typical for, you know, conventions, even conventions that are more kind of business-oriented. Ooh, lucky foot. I'll take it. Guarantee that all pills for the rest of the game won't at least fuck me in the butt unless I want to get fucked in the butt. That's good enough for me. But yeah, as with all conventions, you know, you got people coming in from all over the world. They're bringing their, you know, their Tennessee sickness, and I'm bringing my Vancouver sickness, and our immune systems aren't programmed to deal with it. And all of a sudden, everybody ends up getting sick because they're sharing controllers and beer bottles and etc. with one another. Not that I would ever do that. And you know, you come back and you sound a little Tom Waitsy. You sound a little bit under the weather, which I always. You know, I'm not saying that my job is either easy or hard, but if I had to err on, you know, one side, I would definitely say it's a job I enjoy doing, of course, so take that as you will. But sometimes I am jealous of games writers when, you know, everyone comes back from, like, a PAX or something, and they're like, oh, I'm so sick, and I'm like, yeah, me too, but I kind of, like, can't really do my job without making people feel really grossed out if I'm sick. At least you can still write, and it'll just sound like a Hunter S. Thompson fever dream or something like that. You know, I'm not trying to start a pissing contest over who has it better in the games industry or who has it worse. I'm just saying, it is frustrating to come back and not be able to do your job properly. But here I am doing my job improperly. Hopefully I don't sound too bad. We're going to reroll Doctor's Remote, as you might expect. Mom's Eye, not the greatest item in the game, but keep in mind we are on an XL floor here. And I got very lucky to actually be able to get enough keys to even open the item rooms. Lucky Foot is a lot better, or Luckfoot I should say, is a lot better, I would say, than Mom's Eye, but the extra tears upgrade is not so bad. I can't really tell if it gives you an actual, like, objective tears upgrade in the direction you're shooting, or if it's just, like, a cheeky way of saying, like, oh, also sometimes your tears will shoot out behind you. It's a tears upgrade, sort of. But either way, it's a fine item, considering that we're probably going to have some rerolls that we'd like to save, ideally, for this boss fight and deal with the devil potential corridor coming up. All things considered, I'd say this is a fairly good first floor, considering... I mean, if it has to be an XL floor, at least I had the keys necessary to do something about it, which is quite nice. And I haven't been hit yet, which is kind of surprising, because again, as you might expect, oh, well, there we go. But I haven't lost health yet. There we go. Because it's surprising to me, as you might expect, I have not played Binding of Isaac in maybe 4 or 5 days, which, you know, it's not like I'm an Olympian or anything like that, where if I don't train for a little while, like, all of a sudden I'm out of fighting shape. I'm just saying that, you know, I tend to get a little rustier the more out of practice I get. That's true with anything, I'm sure. Except masturbation. You just never lose the knack for that. It's like riding a bicycle. Once you fall down doing it once, you don't want to do it again. Now, we're having a pretty poor fight against Famine here, but pretty soon these attack flies will get killed. Not really attack flies, just grandfather flies. I never understood the idea behind the grandfather flies. Like, is it that, like, they're at a different point in their life cycle, and, like, the flies that you see that are with the nut sacks, those are, like, juvenile flies or something like that. Like, they're adolescents, they're going through puberty, they got this big nut sack, but they don't really know how to aim it well, right? But then, as you get older, you become a little bit of a gray beard. Maybe you're not as virile, but you got the skills to pay the bills when it comes to the, you know, between the sheets action. I don't know. It beats me. That's why I'm asking the question, isn't it? I'm gonna take Small Rock. That's a given. I'm gonna take Cube of Meat because there's no reason not to. I'm gonna go fight boss number 2, and we'll have rerolls available for either him or the deal with the devil that comes after him, if he's nice enough to give us one, and ideally gives us an HP to go along with it. But yeah, Small Rock and Cube of Meat from that boss room is a very, very solid upgrade. It's our first damage upgrade of the game, hopefully the first of many. And if we get the coin purse, I guess we would end up picking it up as well, but we'll see what else the game is nice enough to give us here. I'm not going to be too picky, just not a speed upgrade is ideal. Yeah, that's fine, I'll take the coat hanger. We actually have rerolls saved. I only had to use 1 on that entire floor, which is kind of surprising to me, but also, again, a very good thing. And I'll just explore everything else. I assume that we're probably going to come across a self-sacrifice room. Those seem to be pretty common on the first floor, especially for whatever reason, like, towards the end of a floor, it always seems like the last room you go into is a self-sacrifice room, and that is not some bullshit like, oh, you know, the keys I lost were in the last place I looked. Of course, I mean, that's just obvious. The joke's been done to death. That why would you keep looking after you found them? But there could be other paths that you could take after you find, like, a spike room. But anyway, it turned out not to be the case this time. Can't get that grandfather fly sexual metaphor slash actual literal explanation out of my head. So let's move onwards. I would say a pretty good first floor. If I'm gonna be, you know, woe-begotten about anything, it would be that I don't have an HP upgrade, but that's fine. We navigated an XL floor. Not having any keys is also a little bit of a problem, but apart from that, fairly great outcome, I guess. Damage upgrade, tears upgrade, all pills are going to be good, and actually a second tears upgrade as well, by way of the Mom's Contact upgrade that I forgot about. So we're on Catacombs, that's also a negative, but we did just pick up a key, so we should be able to go to the item room. Obviously hoping for Deals with the Devil, if we get the opportunity to do so. The library, it's one of those things that, you know, if I had more keys, considering how early we found it on this floor, I would probably more than consider it. I might just go for it, because it would be very nice to have two item rooms, well, one item room that has two items in it, which is basically what the library becomes after you exhaust the item pool, but I think at this point it's just not prudent because we're a little bit low on everything that we need in order to make that work for us. But by shooting that golden poop, we got more than enough money to make the shop on this floor worthwhile, which is pretty amazing. There's no, I mean, we could go into the library, and the ideal outcome, I guess, would be like Book of Sin and Book of Revelations. Book of Revelations guaranteeing us a second cube of meat, plus giving us a spirit heart, and Book of Sin giving us a key so we can also go to the shop or something like that, but that's not guaranteed. By the way, we just went, or sorry, so we can go to the item room, I guess, because we're guaranteed to go to the shop, where I found Nun's Habit, which is, as you might expect, a fantastic item that I'm very pleased to pick up. Works very well in conjunction with the D6. Maybe the best item you can get in the shop if you have the D6, although I'm still kind of partial to the compass because of the way that it kind of speeds up the late game. But in any case, you can't be too sad about getting the Nun's Habit. We don't have any more keys, at least not yet, so I think it's prudent for us to go fight the boss, and it's going to be another easy boss, although I took some pretty terrible damage against a, like, standard fly there, which is a little bit disappointing for myself. Obviously, in the fly analogy, the flies that come out and just kind of, like, hover around their mother, those are, like toddlers, basically. And then they, you know, 10 years later get a huge nutsack, but they don't know how to shoot it, and then they grow a big gray beard, and all of a sudden, they're quite potent. Anyway, range upgrade is terrible, but Deal with the Devil does exist. It's an interesting one. I like both of these items, as you might expect, but I'm not going to take either of them. I'm going to reroll both of them, and I think it's totally a-okay to take Lord of the Pit for one heart. I think that's reasonable. Even though our HP is pretty bad, now we have the ability to fly. That solves a lot of problems for us. I'm going to try to reroll the range upgrade. I'm not... Oh, I may get a chance. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to actually let myself take damage when I get down to, like, one... I don't want to take damage at the start of this room because I could take damage again. So when there's only one enemy left, I'll take damage against them. Reason behind that is so that I can actually guaranteed get a D6 charge. Wait till there's one enemy left. Come on. Come on. Okay, now don't kill this guy. Just let him hit you. Just so I don't have to, like, use a bomb to hit myself or something. There we go. So we'll have a D6 available after this fight now. Oh, and we also have a key, which is very beneficial for us. We really need an HP upgrade, though, so it's going to take a lot to convince me to reroll the item room instead of the shop. This is a bit of a judgment call here. I think I'm going to reroll Wiggle Worm. I know what I just said, but I think I'm going to reroll Wiggle Worm because the range upgrade at least is a passive that is good for us, whereas Wiggle Worm is just it's a non-issue. So I rerolled it and got 10 bombs, which is fine. We'll use those to find the secret room, ideally, and hopefully we'll get money in there, basically. Or another item, I guess, a slot machine. We'll play it once and then blow it up. Didn't pay out with anything, so now we're at 1 bomb. Now 2 bombs, 1 cent, and in exchange we got 1 bomb, 2 cents, which is not a terrible deal, I guess, but it's not very good. And we'll take our range upgrade and leave. Just kind of a bad draw there, unfortunately. If you'll allow me to mute my microphone for a second, I may do a little bit of the old coffee cough and get back to you. Did you miss me? Serious apologies. But you didn't want to hear what just happened there. This is why, like, my voice, I feel like it sounds okay, but there's all sorts of flamming nonsense going on here. I don't know why I always, whenever I'm sick, I take the opportunity, because it, you know, doesn't happen all that often, for me to slip into that Tom Waits vernacular, which I like a whole lot. But in any case, I'll be over it. Don't cry for me, Argentina. I'll be over it soon. I can't really open that. We're on Caves Part 2. How do I feel about this run? Well, this pill might change it. Not really. Well, yes. Okay, that's interesting. I was like, bombs are key, no big deal. And then I was like, wait a minute. Now I have 12 keys. That's really good. And we've now identified the bombs are key pill, so we know that we don't need to take it in the future unless we want to take it in the future. But I can't really imagine a likely scenario for that, being that all of my key problems for the rest of the game are now basically sorted. Assuming I just get some now and then. But I feel okay about this run. We're obviously low on HP, and I wouldn't even go so far as to call this a glass cannon run, because we're not doing very much damage relative to the damage that one would want to be doing if you wanted to call yourself a glass cannon. Hopefully that changes. We really need either high damage or more HP to come up if we're going to have any chance of winning, but as for right now, I'm having fun at least. And I don't know where to pop this strength card. There used to be, I think anyway, some funky interactions with the strength card. If you used it like on a deal with the devil, then it wouldn't take one of your real hearts. It would take like the artificial heart from strength, and then you would get away like with a half price or a free deal with the devil. But I don't think that works anymore, if it ever worked. I'm talking like a year and a half ago was probably when I did that for the first time, or when I did that for the last time, or when I thought I did that for the first time. Because, you know, we are 760 episodes-ish in here. Forgive me for not remembering the intimate details of every single one. I don't really even remember what I ate for breakfast this morning. To expect me to remember what I did on episode like 200 is crazy. But anyway, obviously we'll continue moving onwards. Boss room, maybe not as early as I would have liked. That was bad damage to take. I should have been able to avoid that. But maybe not as early as I would have liked to run into the boss, but here he is, or she is, or it is. I'm glad that we're getting a second level cube of meat. I mean, if we're gonna get cubes of meat, might as well go hard on it. I wouldn't mind getting a third level one, but the downside to this, obviously, is that we're gonna have no chance to get HP from this boss room. So hopefully that's something that changes in the future. And you know, without HP, I oftentimes put like HP and damage on a spectrum, where like HP's on one side, and then the less HP you get, the more damage you get, basically. Like the more damage upgrades you get to your shots, the more damage upgrades, the less HP upgrades you get, and vice versa. But it's not really like that. The more HP you get, typically the more damage you're actually able to accrue for yourself, as a result of being able to trade for deals with the devil with a little bit more liberalness, if that makes sense. But we can't really do that here, so without any HP, we can't trade for deals with the devil much more at all, unless we got like a one-heart mom's knife. So, we're kind of handcuffed in that regard as well, but that's okay. As for right now, we're still basically just by getting tears upgrades and the second level cube of meat and the small rock, we're more than strong enough to at least take out the caves. What I'm really worried about is Necropolis coming next, which could be a real pain in the ass. Now, we are on Caves Part 2. There could be a big swing with respect to our health here. If we get HP in the item room, that would be great, but more pressingly, I guess, I would be looking towards an arcade, if one exists on this floor, to help me out. And of course, a shop, you never know. It looks like all of our rooms, unfortunately, are kind of going to be bundled up in the same corridor on the other side of the map. Oh, that's kind of perfect? Yeah, that worked out very well. So, we're probably only going to get to use one reroll here, and I'm hoping that, you know, ideally we need to use 0 rerolls. That would be for the best, I guess. But let's just see what we have going on up here. Yeah, I mean, like, as of right now, I should feel more scared than I actually am. But it's one of those things that is like, right now I'm comfortable, but it would be so easy. No arcade on this floor, by the way, which is really unfortunate. But it would be so easy for this run to go south, and all it would take is being on Necropolis, or God forbid, like a Necropolis XL floor. So, obviously, the shears is going to be what we reroll, regardless of what's in the shop. So, let's go through with this, and reroll it into Attack Fly, which is, again, fine. I mentioned it earlier. It's nice to have, I guess. And we'll see what's in our shop. Okay. Play it cool. There's got to be one more scent remaining on this floor that I did not get. Don't do me dirty like this. There's got to be poop. There's got to be fires. There's the secret room. Okay, thank God. So, this floor actually did turn out pretty well for us, I would say. We got a cube of meat, an attack fly, and a compass. and, you know, our key situation is completely sorted out forever. But we are going to need definitely some HP in the future if we're going to swing this around. If the next floor is Necropolis, I don't know. That could cause some serious problems. If it's not, we probably have a little bit more of a window to survive. But this is one of those runs where I really feel like I'm doing my part right now, and if the game could meet me halfway, we could have a really good chance of actually winning here. But it's got to happen sooner rather than later. Blah, blah. Okay, it's Necropolis, but it's not XL, thankfully. 4 floors without an HP upgrade is not only my favorite Beastie Boys song, but also a really tall order for us to actually succeed with. Okay, be cool. Now, the attack fly on this room is actually a pretty nice asset that can do a lot of my dirty work for me. If I could just get reasonably close. And again, like these rooms, these are my nemesis. My nemesis, I guess, in the Binding of Isaac. That was terrible, but disregard. I guess I could have gotten more rerolls if I just hurt myself on the last floor, but I didn't need them, thankfully. But it's good to know for the future, I guess. Oh, all stats up. Beautiful. Okay. Even if it's not a true all stats upgrade, which I think it is, it also gives me the HP. That's important. It's definitely improved my rate of fire. It's all good news. So, starting to piece together something a little bit more special, a little bit more plausible that we could succeed with here. I'm very happy about that. And you know what? Green Man has been an extraordinary benefit to me there. So, feeling way more confident now, especially having already taken out a room of my least favorite enemy in, I was going to say Dark Souls, but yeah, oh man, the episodes will basically go up corresponding with one another because I have basically 0 backlog right now, but man, the Dark Souls episodes recently have scarred me for life. So we're gonna take the nail here, then we're gonna re-roll it, and we re-roll it to the Pact. That is a beautiful turn of events there. So we ended up getting 2.5 Spirit Hearts for the cost of half of a Red Heart, which is really good. We should just make our way to the boss room, I think, ASAP. And on this floor already, our stats have improved an enormous deal, so I'm very excited about that. And I think, I mean, in terms of, you could have argued maybe that taking the nail and the Nun's Habit would have been good, but it's not as fun as sticking with the D6 and the Nun's Habit, so I don't want to do that. It's a little bit boring, I think. And it might not even give you a better chance to succeed. I think the D6 is still better, but anyway, there's an argument to be made that that could have been the right choice, but that was one of the best curse rooms I could have hoped for, especially considering I'm not trying to become Guppy. If I was trying to become Guppy, maybe I would have like, looked to give Hoarse in the mouth a little bit and been like, oh, well, I really wish we'd gotten like free Guppy items instead. But no, that doesn't really bother me in this case, because the odds of becoming Guppy are pretty much infinitesimal right now. Now, I took some bad damage against Bloat. I'm not thrilled about, and we got meat for beating him, so that's actually good. There's a masturbation joke in there somewhere, but I've lost it. But yeah, 2 HP upgrades and several stats upgrades, because meat is also it's a tears upgrade or a damage upgrade. I can never quite remember. The other reason, by the way, that we... Okay, just be cool here, you freaking ding-dong. The other reason we would want an arcade is because a blood bank is such a good generator of rerolls for us. But we're not going to get one on this floor because it's an even floor, and we have the compass so we can see as soon as we go into a floor whether or not it's going to have anything for us. We'll make our way to the shop. That's obvious. I'm pretty sure that we're going to end up fighting Greed on the shop. This has been an exceptionally good floor already, though. If we could top it off by getting a good shop item, and, you know, we have the rerolls and the reroll engine necessary to make it happen if I just hurt myself. Which is not the worst idea when I have Spirit Hearts to back myself up. It's not like those Spirit Hearts are going to last till the next, well, till the next phase of the game anyway, I guess. I like the Strength card better than the Empress, so I think we're going to leave the floor with the Empress. So I'll try to use maybe the Strength card on the Mob Trap room, which again could have an item in it. If it has a golden chest, it'd be pretty silly of us not to open it given our prevalence of keys right now. It's amazing how some pretty minor changes have really changed the way that I feel about this run. We've doubled our HP and improved our damage substantially on one floor. It's real good news. We got an all stats upgrade, and then like basically like a Spirit Heart plus Tears upgrade. Yeah, we're gonna open this, but I think we'll just go to the shop first. And then another HP plus damage upgrade. It's quite excellent. Could use my Strength card here, but Greed's already half dead, and in many ways I think that Greed is actually easier than what we might end up facing in the Mob Trap room. So, plenty of money that we can obviously use and abuse on the next floor, and inside of our Mob Trap room we get a single Red Heart. That's glorious. We may end up actually needing that, but I doubt it because I popped the strength card, so even if we take a little bit of damage, that will just get nullified when we leave the room anyway. And very easy kind of way to round this out here. I really thought it was eyeless ooze guys at the end. Kind of a huge prevalence of nickels dropping. That's like my 4th nickel, I think, on this run so far, which explains why we have so much money, even though we've spent 30 cents or more in shops. But in any case, this floor was much better than the last floor, and we're still not doing fantastically with respect to HP, but certainly a lot better than we were a floor ago. I would still love to get more, and it's beyond a theoretical possibility. I would be shocked if we don't have an arcade on the next floor with 40 cents to back me up here. I think the chances might not the chances of you getting an arcade, I should say, don't necessarily scale with how much money you have, but it starts at like 5 cents. So I would expect that we at least have a ballot in the raffle basically for getting an arcade, which would be super useful for me. Arcades become even more useful the more health you have, believe it or not, because it gives you a better chance to win on the blood bank without having to put yourself in serious danger. So we also ended up, for the cost of 2 bombs, basically getting the 1-up, which is fine. It's not a game-winning run in all likelihood, but it could end up making a difference, perhaps. And let's just go down to Necropolis 2. I'm going to take a sip of this coffee, and I'm starting to feel myself coming to my own today. Alright, no arcade, which is bullshit, but being on the depths feels pretty good relative to being on Necropolis. We should be fine with respect to that. Thank you, Attack Fly. I had faith that you would take care of those flies that were trying to take me down, and you did a good job murdering your own countrymen. Thanks a lot, you Benedict Arnold. I don't know enough about U.S. history, but I kind of feel like Benedict Arnold gets a bad rap. He's like the quintessential traitor, but he was just doing what he thought was right? It's not like he sold anybody out and, like, you know, left them to die on a raft or something like that. I don't know why that's my example. By the way, health upgrade pill in the rotation is amazing. I think it's pretty fair to say that we'll probably just take, we'll buy everything on the shop, actually. Getting the 9-volt is awesome, obviously in conjunction with the Nun's Habit as well. Bare minimum, it lowers the amount of rooms it takes to finish our charge to 2 instead of 3, even if we don't get hit, which is nice. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking about Benedict Arnold because I actually don't know if maybe he did leave some people to die on a raft. Apparently, that's my definition for, like, the worst kind of treason. But anyway, I don't know, I feel like calling someone a Benedict Arnold is kind of unfair because being like, hey, you're a Benedict Arnold, don't be a Benedict Arnold, is kind of like, never look at your options, always have blind loyalty. It's maybe Benedict Arnold saw something better coming down the pipeline. Maybe he just thought he was on the wrong side. Sacrificial Dagger is what we got for re-rolling Mr. Mega. I don't think it's good enough, considering how many re-rolls we're likely to get on this floor, and the fact that we're gonna have only a very, very minor chance of getting a deal with the devil. I think it's better to just use our re-rolls fairly liberally, and as a result of that, have a, I'm gonna play this till I get down to 15 cents, by the way. Have a good opportunity, ooh, never mind, we're gonna leave. That's why I don't pick that up by accident. Have a good opportunity to pick up an amazing item instead of just, like, an adequate item. I was kind of tempted to pick up Mr. Mega, honestly. I think Mr. Mega is a pretty good item. But, I mean, the 5 bombs in particular is nice, but also the explosive damage, like, upgrade that happens. But, yeah, why don't we go for broke, basically, and try to get something better? We're going to have a lot of opportunities to do so. Skinny Odd Mushroom is a damage downgrade, but the sheer rate of fire that it gives us is going to be amazing. Obviously, we have basically no chance of picking up Mom's Purse at this point, but I'll live with myself despite that. This is going pretty well, I would say. So, next on the agenda, as we've kind of reached a surprising dead end there, we'll be going to the Curse Room, and after we figure out whether the Curse Room is worth anything, then we'll be making our way to the boss, and I'm feeling a whole lot better about this run. I would very much like it if we could maybe pick up even some more HP. It's beyond a theoretical possibility for this mom fight. I would expect it to be actually maybe even likely. Let's see what we've got. Okay, just back it up a little bit. This is fine. I shouldn't be as nervous as I am on a room like this, but disregard that. Again, I'm going to mute myself for a second, but keep playing. Pardon me. This is annoying. I'm going to take Guppy's Tail. I think Guppy's Tail is pretty good. This is in media res here. I'm going to go get some water. Enjoy my cats. I know, so professional. But there's not much I can do about it. My throat's scratching up, telling me to stop. But no! We're gonna continue this run. At least I'm not stopping, or at least I'm not, like, taking breaks for unprofessional reasons, like letting the mailman in. It's an antiquated term. It's actually a mail lady. Yeah, the miter is actually a super good upgrade for us there. Let us continue onwards here. I don't know what causes, like, I think I'm actually, like, more prone to sickness and losing my voice because I work in a job that actually causes me to use my voice all the time. So, like, my voice gets worn down, that and I like to talk. So my vocal cords and, like, my throat gets, like, scratched up, and then I think bacteria is like, alright, come in, take your places. This guy's, like, exposed some flesh in the inside of his throat. Let's, ruin his life for a couple days. Anyway, fuck you, bacteria, except for the good ones. Yogurt bacteria, you're alright. Bacteria that breaks down, you know, cellulose, keep it up, man. Now, stand back here. That was good. We got HP. Obviously, we're going to end up losing the cancer trinket. It was good to us for a floor, but now we got to leave. That's okay. 6 HP with a 1-up gives us a decent chance. We know that that's greed in that shop. It still might be worth fighting greed, but I'm probably not going to do it. What do I want from this floor? You know, I'm actually very content with my orbital plus 2nd level cube of meat. I would rather not fight death if possible. Oh, that's another HP upgrade, isn't it? Yes, it is. That is beautiful for us, and it looks like that Luckfoot pickup is actually going to end up being an extraordinary predictor in our success if we succeed. If we don't succeed, well then, tough luck, basically. It was still it's a big help for us whether we succeed or not, I guess I should say, but a lot of bullets on the screen right now. It's kind of messing with my, my context, my compass for how to dodge, because my tears are red, their tears are red, and there's so many red tears on the screen that I can't just, like, rely on peripheral vision to tell me where the red tears are and then just avoid them. You guys ever read that book as a kid, Where the Red Tears Are? It's the one, you know, they made it into a movie with the arcade fire as the trailer music. Anyway, alright. Damage-wise, we're beyond adequate. Obviously, we're kind of in a shitty position for the late-game bosses because they're gonna fire like crazy against us. That's okay, though. It's a small price to pay. You gotta deal with you gotta play the cards that you're dealt. Fighting the bloat on the Womb Part 1? Didn't we already totally fought the bloat. This is weird, but okay. I'll keep it up, I suppose. I imagine this is gonna be an easy fight because we're even stronger than we were when I fought him before. But that's unusual. He also put some of his creep outside the map, which is kind of unexpected. But then he gave me the pentagram, so all is forgiven. So that's a huge damage bonus for us, plus a deal with the devil. We will end up re-rolling this. And yeah, you know, I hate to do this, but I'm totally taking Mom's knife here. And I have to because our HP is not fantastic, but 2 HP for Mom's knife is a no-brainer deal, and we are going to be super strong now. So if you didn't want to dislike the video as a result of, you know, my illness, which is totally within the realm of my control, there you go. There's another valid excuse for you. Now, we're still not guaranteed a win here by any stretch. I can't, it's weird, doesn't the music normally change when you end up fighting a mini-boss? This is still just the standard womb music. Very strange. Didn't get the HP upgrade there, but that's okay. Let's continue downwards. And this solves our late game boss issue 100%. Not taking this item would have been severely dishonest to my intentions of actually winning this run. Wound Part 2 is, we're making good progress, let's put it that way. Another pill, maybe a speed upgrade? Tears upgrade. I don't know if that helps us with Mom's knife, but we will never learn that, but maybe find out eventually by accident. I think I'm going the wrong way. I still resent Curse of Blindness, Curse of Darkness, for not allowing me to see which direction I'm going, even after I paid good freaking money for the compass. It's like buying a fast pass at a roller coaster park and being, that's what I call them now, I guess, roller coaster parks, and then being told you're too short to ride the ride. It's like, well, I paid for the fast pass already, you dick. Stop being such a dick about it. I don't know if that was like New Zealand filtered through Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Okay. Bombs are fine. That's not, you know, anything that they'd probably want to write on their tombstone, but I would really like some HP instead, or in addition to these bombs. I really don't know where to go. either, but so far it's been a pretty linear path backwards. I doubt it's up, but we'll go up anyway, because Shania Twain told me we can only go up from here, which, to be honest with you, seems a little bit dishonest now that I look at the map. There's also left and right. It's a little bit dishonest if you look at any map, you know. There's multiple, you could go diagonally. It's possible that she was doing it as a sentimental thing, you know. Maybe like she's had a bad life for a while and she's like, it can only go up from here. So many people are wondering what I'm talking about. You don't remember Shania Twain's like 2004 era comeback tour? Anyway, it sounds like she's commanding you though. She's like, up, 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 can only go up from here. And you're like, Jesus, what are you trying to, what's up? Is there like a trap waiting for me? It's like the Gungans, or not the Gungans, the Trade Federation in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, the best of all the Star Wars films. I guess we'll go left. Fuck you, Shania Twain. Down here. And okay. I've been taking some lazy damage, basically. Not bad damage. I mean, it is bad. But it's a subcategory of bad called lazy damage since I picked up Mom's knife. And lazy damage is when you're like, oh, I'm too strong to die, so I'm just gonna not play the best way I should play. But I shouldn't be thinking that, because we're actually not in an unlosable position here by any stretch of the imagination. Let's see what we've got here. It's Mom's knife, or sorry, Mom's womb. Mom's heart, oh my god. Apparently it has been a while since I played The Binding of Isaac. And that's okay, you know? We'll recover from this. It's been a decent run anyway. You know, I got really lucky with items, but I had to survive long enough to get lucky with items. I'm not saying this run is like proof that I'm a Binding of Isaac master or anything like that. I'm just saying, you know, I didn't play as poorly as I thought I would, given how long it's been since I actually picked up the game. So, if we could actually get some shots in here, that would be beautiful. I think this is the right way to go to get to the boss room, but it's kind of hard to tell. We'll use the Empress card for sure. Oh god, that was scary. We'll use the Empress card for sure on the Isaac fight, just so we can give ourselves a better chance of living long enough. That was really good. Of living long enough. You know what? I'm just gonna leave this room. Not even risk taking damage. Of living long enough to open the chest on the next floor. Ooh, the Joker card. Yeah, we'll use that. Brimstone and Guppy's head. We probably could have had a chance to become Guppy. I got hit there? What did I get hit by? Oh my god, I have to walk through this. I didn't realize he went back all the way to the spawn room. That's on me. That's my bad. But still, disappointing. Is this gonna work again? More or less. There we go. We're in the same position, except we can't leave now. Oh, it was so close. Come on. Are you kidding me? I can, like, what the hell? It just barely touched you, but you don't. Oh, okay, we lived. And we got a golden chest with the curved horn, which if I could take it down to the next, I guess I could take it down to the next floor. Would be nice, but anyway. I am gonna risk it and pop the Empress card before we even use the 1-up. We could end up using the 1-up on this fight, and that would be not ideal, but I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up happening. But I'm gonna go for broke right off the bat here and try to save my 1-up in all likelihood, or in all hopefulness, I should say, for the chest itself. Because it would be very nice to have that in case things go wrong there, which they oftentimes do. Alright, so we're gonna do fine here. We actually killed him super easily, largely due to the Empress card, but that's encouraging nonetheless. I should have taken the curved horn with me. Okay. So now we have to think about this. Remote detonator you just pick up and put back down at the very least. Game Kid, I think we pick it up and take it into the next room, basically, just to get some extra HP back. So this should allow us to get like half of a red heart. And we did kill Lust as a result. I think we killed Gluttony last to get extra HP, even though the tarot cards from Sloth would be great. And then I may end up actually rolling with Mom's bra as an item. I know that maybe sounds a little like I'm compromising or giving up. Oh yes, that's exactly what I wanted. But I don't agree with that. And I'm actually going to. I mean, here's the deal. Daddy Longlegs is a good item. I'm glad I took that. We could reroll 3 items, or we could pick up Mom's bra and reroll 0. And when you put it that way, it actually seems a lot better to use the reroll, even though Mom's bra would be very good for us. I'm gonna take Mom's bra. I think that this is the best course of action for me. I think with 1 Mom's bra charge, I can easily clear an entire room, and we'll get it once every 2 rooms. So I should only. Oh, there's some spiders alive. I should only have to actually fight once every other room. And on the fight against Isaac, or sorry, on the fight against Blue Baby, I should say, I will be able to use it multiple times, which will be amazing. Oh, that sucks. We'll use it here again. Because again, we get it once every 2 rooms regardless. We might as well use it when we get the chance. Probably should kill Death first. The horse must still be alive. That was very close to hitting me. So yeah, I do think this is the right strategic choice. I've weighed my options. I may be wrong, mathematically or in your personal opinion, but this is the way I'm gonna play it right now. Should be able to get out of this room without taking damage. Mom's Knife does a ton, as you can see. On the backswing, it kills all the brains. So this should be a free room, basically. Red hearts would be awesome. We didn't get them. That's okay. The only thing I'm worried about is, like, I don't even know if I can hit that guy when he's in the air, so that's scary. The only thing I'm really worried about is if we respawn with 1-up, but it doesn't give us the amount of health we have right now, and I never remember if that's how it works or it's not. So, I mean, we might as well take the money bag, I guess. I'm pretty sure we're going to come out of this one with a... Oh, that sucks. I'm pretty sure we're still going to come out of this one with a win, though. Even if I go into the boss fight with this amount of health, that is effectively 2 Mom's broad charges. So 1 when I go in, and then once after I get hit twice, which would actually probably be enough to get the kill. This is not worth a freeze. This is worth a freeze, because we'll still have 1 more room to generate a reroll, in all likelihood at least. And again, the Mom's Knife, Daddy Longlegs combo is working out very nicely for me. Okay, just there we go. We got some money out of that. Please tell me there's enemies in this room. There's spiders. This may be, again, ideal. So, we'll get our Mom's broad charge and go for broke here. And if this works, I'll be pretty proud of my decision. The white feather is not as good. Alright, so immediately, we just pop down Mom's bra. And we'll basically just stand here, and this is all we have to do. We will probably just be able to tank the shit out of this, actually. I got hit once. When I get hit again, there's Mom's bra. And I still got 1 more hit extra on top of this. Oh, I got pushed backwards. We've got 1 more hit extra on top of this that we may need, but don't, actually. Alright, interesting way to kill Blue Baby at the very least. I hope you enjoyed that run. I apologize for my sickness, but I hope you enjoyed it in spite of that. As always, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy it, make sure to show your support. Click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more Isaac in the future. It's good to be back, and I'll see you next time.